she was literally wearing like red clothing. I don't know if it was a red dress, because she was looking sexy, so it might have been. I don't exactly remember. But she walked by, and then she's like, "Oh, you guys look like the three apostles." And it was like, have you ever seen this lady? Did she see us when we were preaching? But nah, but it was just
like that one bitch at the gym, huh? That one bitch.
Oh yeah,
Remember that shit?
Yeah, that was whacked out, man. That was hella weird. Hey, but that's why Yahweh Shai said, "I came not to testify of men, because I know what is in man." It just said what is in man. Out of the heart comes evil speakings, evil doings, lies, murders, deceit, false witness, all these things, man. That's why there's so much wickedness in the world, because like the brother said, these people got no filter, man. They got no way. The scriptures are the filters, so they have no filter. So they see something they want, they just take it, man. That's called what? Covenant. That's in the scriptures, tell you not to be like that, man.
Yeah, man.
Kill you over at the fucking candy bar, bro.
And that's how you know.
Actually, true story.
That's how you know we're under these curses, man. Because you see our people, the way they conduct themselves, they treat each other. I mean, back in the ancient world, we had a genuine brotherly love. We had a love for one another. Where we'd see each other, we didn't know each other. We just knew that we were Israelites, that we were family. We were brothers. So you would invite a brother on a travel, stay at your house, and the next thing you know, you guys are so cool with each other. I'll stay for as long as you want. You let them stay at your house for 3 months, 4 months without charging them. You know what I mean? Because that's the love that we had for one another. We would see each other as strangers, and just off the bat, because we Israelites, you let a guy stay at your house for like 4 months without charging him.
Hey, but we had the ball back then. We would treat each other like we would want to be treated. But if you see a guy stranded on the highway right now today, ain't nobody stopping for him.
Or your family will rob your ass.
Hey,
your people.
I shouldn't say this, but I was broke down right across the street from my house. And I called my own mama and she didn't want to come get me, man. I had to walk home, man.
There's Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And there's a sad thing about, because coming into this truth, sincere brothers, man, got love for each other. Like I would tell you in the scriptures, how often should I forgive my brother? And it's an endless amount of time. It tells you endless amount of time, basically. Just like how should I forgive us, forgive you an endless amount of time.
But really, it also says that when he should ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to forgive a brother unless he asks for it, because a lot of have that pride,
Well, that's why I was getting to the sad part about it. Is that there's guys in the truth that make it to where it can't be like that. It can't be like you can just chop it up with anybody in the truth, or you can just go anywhere and do anything. Because brothers are wary of you. Brothers like, who the fuck is this guy? Even if you're sincere, you can't trust each other, man. And that's a sad thing, man. But that's the love of many shall wax cold. That's the condition. Demons crept in unawares, so on and so forth. That's why the kingdom is going to be dope, man. That's why we can't wait, because we're all going to be together, man, and everything's going to be dope. We're all going to trust each other. Everything's going to be perfect, man. It'll be like the brothers say, you just roll up to a brother's house, unexpected.
Well, you know the right time to come, because you'd be in that spirit.
Unexpected. Hey, just like, in the scriptures, angels will show up, and they'll show up, and you run out of his house, run to him. Hey, come stay with me tonight. Hey, come over here. We're gonna make food. It's gonna be dope. You're gonna eat.
Isn't that what Lot did, though?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The two angels was, lack of better words, observing the city, and he was like, "Come in." And then all the homosexuals trying to have sex with the angels.
all the homosexuals came out the woodwork, said old and young. It said the whole damn city came out, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking wicked, bro.
And you know what? It's that it says in the scriptures that Sodom and Gomorrah would have been more tolerable than this place.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
He didn't just destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he destroyed them cities around it too. And that whole body of water, which formerly was known as the
Barbecue sauce.
yeah, but it was called something before that. That's when it became the Black Sea. 'Cause everything was dead in there. The Dead Sea, Slovakia, Dead Sea. Black Sea's over there by Russia, Slovakia. But yeah, that's the way it's gonna be, because we're gonna be perfect, man, in the kingdom. So we're not gonna have demons ain't gonna be able to probe our mind and have us even attempt to have a wicked thought.
But we're gonna be over it.
Exactly. We're gonna be able to command the demons, just like the Lord allowed Satan to fuck with Job. The demons are gonna be out there looking for something to do, because their whole agenda, their whole being is to be spread evil, wickedness. So it's like everything that exists, it's gotta eat, it's gotta function, you know. And we're gonna be over the demons, man, just like Yahweh Shai is over Satan. You know what I mean? So the heathen, you know, we're gonna be sending the spirits out there, and whoever it jumps on is gonna get dealt with. You know? Because you're gonna have the heathen in the kingdom trying to keep our law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. Some are gonna be demonic and going off and wicked, but for the most part, a lot of them are gonna be trying to fuck with it. You know what I mean? Because they ain't gonna want that judgment to come upon them. But they're going to be in the flesh forever. We're going to get those new bodies. So the heathen are going to keep that balance going off, so we can judge, so nothing becomes stagnant, so we don't get bored, so to speak. Go ahead on.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, and I'll just start at the top. It says, "Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust?"
Yeah. It's a lot. It's like, all right, we got a dispute. And this brother stole my laptop, and so we called the cops, and now we're going to people's court. Yeah, judge, he stole my laptop, and he also owes me $100. He still hasn't paid that back. You got Judge Joe Brown up there. Let me see the documents, Mr. So-and-so. And so it's like, dare any of you having the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua go to law before the unjust, before the wicked, man. All right, before these other nations, before the heathen. You're gonna take your brother to law. That's insane, man. You should be able to handle whatever's going on in the body within the body. If somebody does something wicked, there's a judgment for it, man. You don't deal with that person.
And not before the saints. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Yeah. And so you gotta go ahead.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Yeah, so if we're gonna judge the world, are we unworthy to judge things within our own church, man? You know, this dispute, this happened that way, this brother got rubbed the wrong way, then he said this, he said that. Are we not able to get to the bottom of this and come to a solution ourselves? We have the law book. I mean, we're supposed to be versed in these scriptures, man. This is the law right here. Just like a judge has a law book, lawyers have a law book. This is our law book, man. And this is the law. This is the law of the land right here, man. All right, not Esau's petty bullshit.
It says, "Know you not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life?"
All right, man. We're gonna be telling angels what to do, man.
On the left and the right hand. Because that's what the angels are on the left, the demons are on the left hand, they're angels. When the Lord talks about these wicked men, he says he said he's going to send evil angels on them. You know? Which are demons. Okay?
That's what these people get on them when they go out on their little killing sprees and doing all this wickedness. Those are demons possessing that abode, man. Causing them to shoot up everybody. Just like in Virginia.
It was like a recent mass shooting.
a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I could understand he probably was fed up with them people because the majority of the people he killed was a bunch of Edomites. And a nigga woman.
And one,
I said, and a nigga woman. You know? And they was probably giving this guy, I don't even know what nationality he was yet, but they was probably giving that guy pure hell, man.
we're gonna show him he's Jake.
Hey.
Psyop, you never know.
Well, you gotta think about that too. This society was made to destroy you, man.
Oh, yeah.
This society was made to oppress you, to destroy you. That's why I've had a hard time in this society, man, just because my spirit, I don't like people talking down to me. I don't like people thinking that they're better than me. And that's all you get having these jobs and shit. The person that's over you think they better than you just because they got a higher position than you, man. That's why it ain't so in the truth. That's why in the scripture, Yahweh Shai washed the disciples' feet. Because Yahweh Shai wasn't about that, man. Oh, I'm the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't him, man. You know? And that's not us. That's not the way we're supposed to be.
Well, look at King David. King David showed that humbleness many times. He told his men, all right, if I can't drink it, if you can't drink any of this, I'm not going to drink it. He tossed the fucking wine.
That was water.
Water, smoking.
Because he had the two soldiers going to
This mighty man, yeah.
his mighty men going to enemy, behind enemy lines, getting the water from them. That was sweet,
Man, we ain't good.
You ain't never been running that afterwards.
Oh, I know, but But that's right, man, because that's not the way we're supposed to be. That's not how Yahweh Shai was, and it's not how it taught us to be. That's the way this world, you see that everywhere in the world, man. Somebody gets in any kind of little stupid ass position of power. You fucking manager at McDonald's.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how petty this world is.
Just like the asshole that was my boss that when it came into power, I'll say,
Yeah.
at my old job, and I was always telling you brothers, man, I want to quit this motherfucking job. Fuck this job, you know?
Yeah, because you got another grown man. All right, say you're on the job and you mess up, and you got another grown man. Get in my office now. Oh, hold up, what the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, that ain't right, man.
Especially, remember when we were doing the job at Solar? And then dude was talking about, I don't like you micromanaging me. Bro, I hate that shit too. It's like somebody who's not even getting paid more than you is telling you how to run your job when you've already been at the fucking job, knowing how everything goes. And then this nigga fucking up at the job, trying to tell you what you should be doing. When what the people at the job are telling you what they want from you. You know what I mean? And this nigga like, oh, dude, it's like, dude, I know what goes down. And they still talk you down. And it pisses you off to where you're like, man, fuck you, who the fuck are you? You know, now you don't do that with just everybody. But we talk about little niggas, man.
Hey, that's the patience. That's where the patience comes.
Yeah, you gotta learn that patience.
You gotta learn that and it's hard, man. That's part of temptation as well. Satan will tempt you to lash out, man. You know, that happened to me. I'm not gonna talk about it. And that's what Satan does. That's part of the trial too, man. Because we're put in this condition, man, to see how we're gonna, you know, the humble are gonna inherit the kingdom, man. And so you gotta just, we're here. It's a punishment. It's a punishment to have an Elamite over you, telling you what to do, being an asshole, man. Or a bird looking down on you, looking down his nose at you, man.
Bro, I gotta hold the door open for these birds. It's always these two birds. And they don't say thank you, they don't even acknowledge you, they just, you open the door for even the Edomite, bro. Edomite will be like, oh, thank you. But dang, these birds, man, they be pissing you off. You know?
These little struggles of life.
I'll be waiting for him.
Not to discredit Esau and his wickedness, because your ass is enemy number one, man. Fuck you too.
I was just saying, I'll do the same thing. Try to have the door slam on their ass.
Yeah.
I'll be walking through the door, they just be like, don't even tap the damn door so it can hold up, man. It's like, man, fuck these.
Let it go in his face.
I got you. That's why I'm gonna put a curse on your punk ass.
Yep. Yeah, when you read about the prophets, that's what they did. They put curse on people.
Even when they was talking shit about him. Oh, Baldy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
But all
40
these-
sheep bears.
all these things,
2 sheep bears.
40 children.
40 children.
all these things are trials. All these things are temptations, man. Because you're a man. You got a certain spirit. You get certain demons that gets up on you, pride demons, whatever. You lose your job. Fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a judgment. All right. And so you got to really walk according to the ways the scriptures tell you to walk. Because the scriptures do tell you to obey those that have the master over you, even if they're froward, even if they're assholes, man.
When we get it.
That's part of the scripture. And that doesn't just mean in the truth. That applies to everything because it says to walk without the same way that you walk within. You got to walk, and it says walk in honesty among the Gentiles, man.
Yeah, because if you're walking around like a nigga, you got your pants sagging, you fucking, you know, you got something on you shouldn't have, even though it might not be wicked towards the Most High, but what Esau condemns it, you out of pocket already, man. You know, and you could get judged for that. You walking around drunk as fuck,
Yeah.
doing something that Esau made a law against, you know? It says, Romans 13:1, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Yeah. So you can get judged, man. You can get judged for resisting the people that the Lord set up. Now the Lord set it up and bring it down. That's what you got to realize in the scriptures. That even though this guy's an asshole, he's not walking according to the Spirit, so he's gonna be destroyed, man. Eventually, that person or he or she gonna catch their judgment, man. But you just walk your path. That's that straight path, that straight gate. And it's called a straight gate. It's not easy.
For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Yeah, the rulers are not a terror to good work. Meaning, if you're doing according to what you're supposed to be doing, you know, you got a job, you're just doing your fucking job.
Going home,
You know.
not dwelling in this world.
Now, if you're doing extra shit, the Lord's gonna put demons on them to notice you, man.
It says, wilt thou not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of the Most High, to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
And so if you're doing the right thing, you're gonna be okay. Alright?
Also, you shouldn't really have any type of emotions to any of these jakes that get shot by the police, man. Because they were the evildoers.
Yeah, because when you read Book of Jeremiah, not to cut you off, but Jeremiah had that compassion on his people. You know, he wanted every Jake to make it. He prayed for Jake
That's all
to,
it is.
Which is, hey, Paul was like that.
and then the Lord had him go through this experience of them wanting to kill him, demonize them, God and the things they did. Okay, they wanted to kill Jeremiah, man. And then he had to see it for himself why the Lord wrote these scriptures, why the Lord wrote all these things.
You know,
Because you have to see for yourself why Jake got to go.
Yeah,
2/3 of our
yeah,
people
yeah.
got to go. Okay, they're not in their right mind. It's like you got a rabid dog, or a dog that just one day gets some Alzheimer's or just bugs out and attacks your baby or something. You know what I mean? Or bites you on the face. You gotta put that dog down. It's gonna do it again. It could eventually kill you or whatever you're trying to protect. So they were trying to kill Jeremiah. So Jeremiah had to see it to the point where he said, "All right, Lord, I know why now. Now I'm gonna put curses on these motherfuckers, man."
yeah, because you could feel it, man. You
Yeah.
could feel that. Like when you're around Jake, and you can just see like, oh, this guy's not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get that vibe. When you're in the truth for so much amount of time, you start to develop instincts. Yeah, spiritual instincts. You start to catch vibes from people. You know, that's why you could be like, hey, you know, you're talking to somebody, and you might be talking to two so-called white people, And one of them, you're like, damn, that's an Edomite. But then the other one, oh, that could be a Jake right there. You know what I mean? 'Cause you catch those vibes. You know? So you develop these things. And the further that you're in the truth, the more sorrow that you get. Because I was thinking about this too. Like, when I first came in the truth, preaching the word, and you're like, yeah, 2/3 are going to be destroyed. Wicked this, wicked that. And nowadays, I'll be thinking about it like, damn, man. The majority of the nation of Israel is going to be destroyed. That's scary, man, and it's kind of sad too because it's Jake, man. A lot of Jake be cool. You meet a lot of Jakes that are just like little cool ass people, and you don't know if they're going to get it or not. They could be destroyed. They could be a 2/3, man. And sometimes you think about it like, damn, it goes from 2/3 to most majority of the nation is going to be fucking killed, man.
Yeah, that's why you have the brotherhood. You know, if you're gonna be around the world, because you know what I mean. These niggas, a lot of these niggas ain't gonna make it, man. No nigga gonna make it. Slocky.
Yeah.
You know, the only ones that are gonna make it is the 1/3. Now, is there friends the prophet said can be saved? You know, hey, the Lord. We're to see what the Lord is going to do. You know, but it's not our job to be really worried about these people. If you teach them the word, that's on you. But you know what comes with teaching people the word. They can either make them or break them. It can bug them out. It can make your friend become your enemy, like it tells you in Galatians, the 4th chapter. You know, so playing with these scriptures, all right, it takes wisdom. You can't just start swinging the sword anywhere, trying to show somebody your skills.
Yeah.
You could actually cut his head off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make him snap.
You know, you could actually cut his head off. Or you're doing some sword trick and stab him in the sword.
Oh, you see that type of stuff. You might be talking about the scriptures, and then you go deep. Not deep, but to them, you go deep. And you say, well, white people are the devil, man. It's the Edomites according to the Bible. My girlfriend's white. That ain't right. That ain't true. You're the devil. You know what I mean? Make them go insane. You cut them to the heart, man. Yeah, it tells you that this work pierces to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, man. Or you could make somebody be like, you could bring out these scriptures, and you might bring out a script and condemn this guy, and he's just like, I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, it's over for me. I can't. I know I'm gonna be destroyed. And then what? You know, you just lost that soul, man. So you gotta be careful with this thing, man. You gotta be careful with this. This is powerful, man. This is real.
I mean, look how powerful it is for Christianity, Catholicism.
Look at the fucking grit that it has.
Yeah, that's why, like, you know, if a man's meant to be, hey, if it comes to point where you can, you know, do what you do. Say it's all going down. This guy you can see, like, so just write about it. And the Lord allows you, man. You know, because we're going to be hid from these people. It's not your time to get it now. Whoever's part of the elect in the 1/3, they're going to receive that before this judgment comes. And then they're going to do things that are worthy of us to understand what Jeremiah went through. You could have been friends with somebody and you do something like out of the blue terrible. Like, what the fuck? No wonder why, you know? And then you see it. You know? But then there's going to be people that, before that judgment comes, they're going to start to repent. They're going to start to see. You know?
People that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beats his woman.
Well, I meant they're going to see the truth and they're going to repent.
Oh no, what you were saying, when they do things, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This person known you for years, knows what you're about and everything, and then when it all goes down, he saw, you know, you being persecuted, come out the woodwork. Yeah, he does drugs, smokes weed, beats his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I saw him kick his kid. I saw him kick his baby in the head.
Rich, if you're doing that shit, man, you're a demon, man. Okay? Now, whatever goes on between you and the women and shit like that, hey, man. But you harming your children, man. Your child don't know anything, man. Like that, you're a demon, man. You know? But they could use that stuff against you. That's why you gotta apply these scriptures, man. Because you can easily snap on these people. You can start getting demons fucking you. Oh, spiritual power. Oh, you start punching people.
you get demon, and then you snap on this motherfucker. Look, see, I told you he was crazy. Look at him.
But for real, because this spirit, these words is a living spirit, and it can make you. It can boost your testosterone levels. It can make you go Super Saiyan. But you gotta learn to control that. You know, you can't just lash out.
But when we get that power, that's when a lot of food is gonna come in too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people shall be willing in the day of that power.
Psalm 110:3.
Y'all got it right here.
Oh, this spirit.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 110, verse 3. It says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth."
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people are going to get right when that comes, because a lot of the same people that are going to witness these miracles are going to have miracles done upon them. All right? Because just like back in the time of Acts, when they was healing the sick and the blind and making people that was lame to walk, brothers are going to have the power to be able to do that.
I got story, but it's all edifying. This is 2 Kings 4 and 18. Yeah, 4 and 18. And when the child was grown, it fell on a day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, my head. And he said to a lad, carry him to his mother. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon, and then died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of the power, or the man of the Lord, man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and shut the door upon him, and went out. And she called unto her husband and said, send me, I pray thee, one of the young men, and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and come again. And he said, wherefore wilt thou go to him? Today? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, it shall be well. Then she saddled an ass and said to her servant, drive and go forward, slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee. So she went and came unto the man of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, to Mount Carmel. And it came to pass when the man of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, saw her afar off, that he said to Gehazi his servant, behold, yonder is the Shunammite. Run now, I pray thee, to meet her, and say unto her, is it well with thee? Is it well with thy husband? Is it well with the child? And she answered, it is well. And when she came to the man of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, to the hill, she caught him by the feet, but Gehazi came near to thrust her away. And the man of Yahweh, while Yahushai, said, let her alone, for her soul is vexed within her. And the Lord hath hid it from me, and had not told me. Then she said, did I desire a son of my Lord? Did I not say, do not deceive me? Then he said to Gehazi, gird up thy loins and take my staff in thine hand and go thy way. If thou meet any man, salute him not. And if any salute thee, answer him not again. And lay my staff upon the face of the child. And the mother of the child, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And he arose and followed her. Now, this is dragging out, so I'm just get to the point.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. And Gehazi passed on before them and laid the staff upon the face of the child. But there was neither voice nor hearing. Wherefore he went again to meet him and told him, saying, the child is not awake. And when Elisha was come into the house, behold, the child was dead, and laid upon his bed. He went in therefore and shut the door upon them twain, and prayed unto the Lord. And he went up and laid upon the child, and put his mouth upon his mouth, and his eyes upon his eyes, and his hands upon his hands. And he stretched himself upon the child, and the flesh of the child waxed warm. Then he returned and walked in the house to and fro, and went up and stretched himself upon it. And the child sneezed 7 times, and the child opened his eyes. And she called Gehazi and said, call